Let's talk about cancer. Particularly, I'm going to give you 7 very important, super impactful, and honestly very easy adjustments, lifestyle-wise and environmental-wise, that can help you prevent cancer. I'm excited to kick off Cancer Prevention Month with you today. Girl, you freaking got this. Like my shirt says, by our wonderful video sponsor, Certantees. This month is National Cancer Prevention Month, and I'm very excited to share with you, ladies and men, many cancer prevention tips that will be quite impactful. A few weeks ago, I created a video talking a little bit about skin cancer awareness. And even still, the statistics and the details and comments on that video were really alarming in terms of the quantity of you viewers, and even over on my Instagram and my LinkedIn and Facebook channels, of all of the individuals who aren't getting cancer screenings. So we thought we would partner up with Certantees and the hashtag Hit the Road Cancer campaign and awareness with the American Cancer Society, and just really equipping each of you with tips and tools, tricks, and resources to really minimize the risk of cancer in your life, as well as the lives of your family members, because we all, unfortunately, have seen loved ones, friends, teachers, individuals in our community, our neighbors, impacted by cancer. So anyway, we can minimize the risk. I'm all for. So let's get kicked off with these 7 tips. Tip number 1, most impactful, is getting rid of tobacco exposure. Now, this is not just like stop smoking or stop doing chew, but also being very cognizant of your secondhand smoke exposure. If you are like me, I was born in '78. My parents both were smokers before and after I was born. Obviously, my mom didn't smoke when she had me, but I was around it and inhaling it. And then my grandparents, and we had cousins and relatives. I just cringe at the thought of all the tobacco exposure I had. So fast forward today, we have a lot of restaurants and environments that are tobacco free in terms of the secondhand exposure, but many of us might have had a lot more exposure in our early lives, and it becomes necessary for us to do what I call tobacco, heavy metal, toxin exposure detoxing, i.e. liver detoxing. So grab your dandelion tea, grab your milk thistle, really work on detoxing all the gunk out of your liver. That will help minimize the impact of some of that tobacco exposure. Number 2, my favorite, going plant-based and organic in terms of your dietary lifestyle. I'm not saying vegan or vegetarian is the most cancer-free, because we all know vegans and vegetarians who get cancer, but the reality is if you choose a mostly, if not all, plant-based dietary lifestyle, and choose organic, plants free of pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides, very harmful chemicals in our everyday plants, fruits, and veggies, and even our nuts, and it's just everywhere. That lifestyle shows a healthier trend to risk prevention of cancer. I love this lifestyle. I think it is also rich in a ton of minerals and micronutrients, which helps keep our body balanced, keeps all of our enzymatic reactions occurring. It minimizes excess fluid. It helps support our detoxification processes, supports our brain function, and really enriches our lives by way of keeping us optimized, and is wonderful for your immune system. So tip number 3 goes back to that video about skin cancer awareness, skin cancer screenings, and sun protection. Friends, I'm going to be drilling down in your heads. Get your body checked. Every year, get your full body check. And don't go to your GP. Don't have your gynecologist check. Go see a specialist. The specialist you want to see, because I had a lot of questions on this, you want to set up an appointment with your local dermatologist. And if you have had any suspect spots, which a lot of you have, we have a lot of viewers who've had melanoma. And thank you for all of you who commented on that video. I'll throw it up right there. If you guys haven't seen it, please do watch it. It's extremely informative. I really, really appreciate the community that we have, and I appreciate the time and just the awareness and the personal information you all shared. It was very touching to me reading all of your comments, and I know and I saw a lot of comments based on your communication. So thank you. Awareness is key, and it's not just me telling you guys, it's all of us supporting each other. So do me a favor, friends, hit pause, Google your dermatologist, find a local specialist, and set up an appointment. And then once you do that, press play again. Number 4, one of the best things that we can do to really minimize our risk of cancer is to boost our immunity. Supporting our healthy immune system is crucial for limiting a weakened immune system and an inability for the body to recognize the beginning development of cancer cells. One of the things that we see through research and clinical studies is that cancer progression is sometimes 8 years in advance of the actual diagnosis. So that 8-year period, that immune system gets delayed, it gets dysfunctional, and sometimes that's the reason why we're seeing the development and the growth and spread of certain cancers. The immune response is not at its optimized level to eradicate those harmful cells. Our gut health is one of the most important aspects of keeping our immune system healthy. So it becomes really important that healthy immune system equals a healthy gut. And if you guys are new to my channel, welcome to all of you. I'm super excited to have you join us today. I have a new video podcast series here this year. It's called The Talking Shit Show. Yes, I said shit here on YouTube, and I'm talking about the digestive process of bowel movements and moving toxins out of the body. The gut health is the main focus and emphasis of this new video podcast, and healthy digestive systems equal healthy immunity, and our gut connection to minimizing cancer is great. There's a ton more research happening. The Human Genome Project and the assessment of the gut microbiome really has just started kicking off. 2010 is when we started to see more and more information hit the market, and every year, every quarter, every month, there's more and more information about the importance and the role the gut plays in keeping us healthy and well and free of cancer. Number 5 is something I've started to talk a little bit about, but it's looking at genetic testing, actually testing our genes, looking at our DNA, the structure of our body in terms of how we're made up. So that means not necessarily the percentage of us coming down with cancer or being diagnosed, but the potential risk factors. So I'll say that we can actually do genetic testing to analyze what genes might be hardwired and influenced by environmental factors, our diet, toxins, mineral, vitamin, micronutrient deficiencies. All these different factors can either turn on a gene sequence or turn them off. And sometimes turning on that gene sequence equals the greater propensity, the greater likelihood of cancer, or turning it off means you are cancer-free, risk-free, or as minimally risky in terms of the cancer likelihood. So this is really key because I've had a lot of you throughout the years in my clinical practice, because many of you know I do lymphatic work, I do post-surgical work on mastectomies, liver cancer, colon cancer, skin cancer, all different types of cancer. I see folks to repair, restore, rejuvenate the lymphatic system, because there's often lymph nodes and other tissue and organ glandular masses removed. They end up coming to my practice in the post-surgery, post-radiation, post-chemotherapy healing process. So one of the major questions that a lot of these patients have as we're working together post-surgery, post-chemo, radiation, lymph node removal, all of the kind of post-cancer treatment effect. The biggest question I hear them ask is, how in the world did I get cancer? I don't have a family history. For instance, in the breast cancer world, they get the BRCA testing, which is genetic gene testing that analyzes likelihood of breast and ovarian cancers. And what I say is this world of our environment impacting our cancer risk, it's actually called epigenetics. And so we can actually analyze our genes and then understand the different gene sequences that might either be triggered to be cancerous or not, can be turned on or off. that plays a big role in terms of looking at and assessing our environment, our food, our lifestyle, our mental focus, our environment that might be toxic. So this is really big. So one of the things that I find that's really crucial is that a lot of these patients I work with, we actually start altering and changing their lifestyle choices, their environmental factors that might have been at play in turning on that gene. And so that's really key. There are genetic tests that we can do. I actually have a few new vendors I'm working with, so I'll include some links if you're curious about that. It is a blood serum test for us to analyze your DNA and allows us to get really specific about the sequencing. It'll even tell us things outside of the cancer zone like heart disease, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, all different types of health and wellness factors and functions of the different system. Which brings me to number 6, which is to focus on healing your digestive process. One of the most alarming statistics, and this relates to our recent video on the Talking Shit Show video podcast, we talked about constipation, 10 common causes of constipation. And in fact, in all cancers, constipation is a factor, it's a risk factor. And in breast cancer, over 40% of breast cancer patients, regardless of their stage 0 early on or progressed stage 4 in stage of cancer, their bodies are chronically constipated. So it is legitimately a necessary thing to focus on moving the bowels, healing the gut. The digestive process is a very fragile environment. We have one single cell, a little bubble of a cell separating our digestive process, enzymes, and food contents that's broken down to help nourish us and support us and energize our bodies, and the rest of our body and our bloodstream and the abdominal cavity. So that single cell can get really bombarded and damaged by our poor dietary choices, stress levels, you name it. Focusing on the gut becomes really key in terms of limiting your cancer risk. And number 7, my favorite, is to love your lymphatic system. And I bet you probably didn't even think like, hey, is she gonna be talking about the lymphatic system? And I am, because not only am I a naturopathic physician by training and education, I am a lymphatic therapist. That's really a big core focus of my in-person practice. And we have a video playlist of almost 50 videos for all of you to support and move your lymphatics. I'm gonna give you 2 big and easy takeaways that will get your lymphatics moving very easily every day. And ladies, if you're concerned with cellulite or kind of dimpling around your upper thigh and your butt, this will greatly impact that, because that is a sign of lymphatic congestion and poor lymphatic flow. Let me give you some tips. Number 1, dry skin body brushing is absolutely a crucial element to moving your lymphatic system. Every day you do dry skin body brushing, you focus underneath your armpits and in the groin, right where your leg and your hip meet. Those are key intersections for your lymphatic system that are draining toxic matter. The only way cancer cells leave your body is through the lymphatic system. So if you want to move those cells out, you don't want them to take root, and you want to keep your body and your immune system healthy and well, because your lymphatic system is directly connected to your immune system, and those two have to be humming and working in unison to keep you cancer-free and healthy and well. It's not uncommon for many of you who might have yourselves undergone cancer treatment or have witnessed family and friends and close loved ones undergo cancer organ tissue removal. There's always lymph node infringement or impairment, because we often test biopsy lymph nodes and we remove them. So a lot of times when people say, oh, you know, I had 4 compromised lymph nodes, or the cancer was in my lymph nodes, it's indicative of the scope, the extent, the aggressiveness of the cancer, and it directly impacts that lymph node. The lymph nodes are our response mechanism to foreign invasion via cold, flu, and cancer. So our lymphatic system, keeping that working well, is crucial. The second lymphatic tip, actually I'm going to give you 3, because I can't help myself. You got to move your lymphatics to be healthy and well, and to support your healthy body function and lower your cancer risk. Tip number 2, lymphatically, I love to recommend individuals do castor oil packs. If you are unfamiliar with those, I actually have a whole healthy breast course where I detail how to reduce your breast cancer risk, but also, most importantly, detail in tutorial format, this is both video and audio files, how to do castor oil packing of your breast tissue, but you can castor oil pack your abdomen, you can castor oil pack your liver. The only organ you don't ever want to impact is your thyroid. So never castor oil pack your neck at all. So stay away from the neck. Castor oil packing is wonderful for enhancing and moving the lymphatic function. It also will help detox some of those lymph nodes that might be bogged down, and it just really gets lymphatic fluid flushing. And so it's not uncommon during or after treatment that you notice your bladder's filling because your body's exiting and getting rid of toxic matter via the lymphatic system. The third tip about moving and supporting your lymphatic system is actually to do rebounding, either jump roping or bouncing on a rebounder. And I have video content, I have tutorials about that, where I've gotten on a rebounder, been mic'd up, and have literally bounced and talked to you about the benefits. It is fantastic. 10 minutes on a rebounder, a little mini trampoline, is equivalent of running for about 40 to 50 minutes. So if you are looking for a cardio impact that's short and very impactful, which by the way, as a mom, business owner, professional, doctor, and now as a bride/wedding planner and also a kitchen remodel designer, which by the way, that's our latest thing on our plate. It's fantastic. I have limited time. So 10 minutes is great. I can rebound and bounce, 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 and it forces the valves of the lymphatic system to open and gets fluid moving. That is fantastic. So friends, you freaking got this. Cancer does not have to be in your future. It takes a lot of diligence. It takes a lot of dedication, self-love, and stick-to-itiveness. So I encourage you to implement some of these tips. Most importantly, please make your cancer screening appointments now. Colon screenings, breast screenings, prostate screenings. I want you to get your skin cancer screenings, cervical screenings, ladies. This is absolutely crucial. And don't forget, we want dental screenings too. We are seeing greater instances of HPV orally that's turning into oral cancers, cancer of the tongue, of the back of the throat. I've seen folks that have gotten their jaws removed because of it. Friends, the fear of the unknown is not a worthy justification of putting these appointments off. So make it happen. So you've got this, and we are going to rally behind you. We're all going to encourage each other. I'm going to encourage all of you to go to the comment section below. If you have been encouraged and inspired by this video, I hope you will comment down below. Make sure you use the hashtag #HitTheRoadCancer. Let me know that you are making strides towards keeping your body healthy and making sure that we are cancer risk-free. And let's give a round of applause to Certantees. They create really cute, inspiring shirts for all of us to be aware of both our cancer risk and what we can do to minimize it, because we're all empowered. We're in this together, friends. I'm excited to see you on our next video. Thanks for tuning in. #HitTheRoadCancer.